before the stadiums, before the Grammys, before they defined an entire genre, Metallica was a band built from fire, forged in pain, not to cry, but to conquer. And buried beneath their heaviest riffs are songs that don't ask for your sympathy. They demand your attention, because when Metallica gets dark, they don't go soft, they go real. And one of these songs, it was so personal, so raw, the band nearly scrapped it before it ever reached your ears. You'll hear it soon, but first, let's start with the Ride the Lightning hit song, Fade to Black. The first time Metallica slowed down, people panicked. In 1984, thrash fans weren't ready for a band known for speed and aggression to suddenly drop a melodic track about dying. But Metallica didn't flinch. When James Hetfield wrote Fade to Black, it wasn't some experiment in balladry. It was a controlled detonation. He was furious. Their gear had been stolen, morale was shot, and the darkness crept in fast. Instead of hiding from it, he turned it into something immortal. This wasn't a suicide note, it was a challenge, a refusal to let the shadows win. When that clean intro breaks into distortion, it's not a whimper, it's a scream through clenched teeth. And then there's Cliff. Cliff Burton wasn't just a bassist, he was the philosophical core of early Metallica. When he died in 1986, the band didn't write a sad tribute. They wrote, "To live is to die." Nearly 9 minutes of shifting tones from beautiful to brutal. The only words are a poem Cliff had written before he passed. When a man lies, he murders some part of the world. No ballad, no candlelight, just music that says everything they couldn't or wouldn't put into words. Because Metallica doesn't wallow, they rage, even in grief. But there's another song where Hetfield doesn't hold back, not even a little. It's called Dyer's Eve, and it's Metallica at their most feral. No metaphors, no subtlety, just rage. Hetfield spits venom straight at the people who raised him. Dear mother, dear father. It starts like a letter and ends like an explosion. Raised in a household dominated by Christian Science, Hetfield wasn't allowed medication, comfort, or even emotional honesty. Dyer's Eve is him breaking every wall they built around him. It closes, and justice for all, with pure chaos. The drums are like machine guns. The vocals are shredded. It's not pretty. It's not meant to be. It's the sound of a man freeing himself by setting fire to everything behind him. Then came The Unforgiven. This wasn't a rebellion. It was a reckoning. Hetfield takes aim at every invisible chain that held him down. Rules, expectations, religion, fear. This is about being molded into something you never agreed to be. But here's the twist. He didn't stop with one track. The Unforgiven became a trilogy. Each song a deeper, more layered dive into the same war. The first, resistance. The second, reflection. The third, realization. It's not just a song series. It's a psychological battlefield. And Hetfield walks through it without ever once dropping his shield. Then there's Bleeding Me. This is the sound of a man confronting his own addiction and not asking for help. Hetfield sings, "I am the beast that feeds the beast, and you feel it." There's no running here, no clean break, just brutal honesty and the fight to crawl back to the surface. And the structure, pure tension. The buildup is slow, like a rising tide. The chorus doesn't explode, it pulls, like something dragging you down even as you fight to breathe. It's not a radio single, it's a confession, and it might be one of Metallica's greatest songwriting achievements. Let's pull the curtain back on Mama Said. Acoustic, country-tinged, unexpected, sure, but weak, not even close. This is Hetfield paying tribute to the woman who gave him life, and unknowingly, the pain that fueled his art. His mother died of cancer without ever receiving treatment, clinging to the same religious beliefs that refused medicine, and Hetfield never forgot. But Mama Said isn't bitter, it's quiet strength. It's vulnerability without surrender. He doesn't scream here because he doesn't need to. The pain is already baked into every note. Next up, Low Man's lyric. This one hits differently. It doesn't rage, it mourns. It's the voice of someone who's been left behind, by others, by the world, maybe even by himself. The instrumentation is sparse, the tone hollow, but the message devastating. So low, the sky is all I see. There's no pretense here. It's a man looking up from the bottom, wondering if there's a way out. But even in that darkness, there's ownership. Hetfield doesn't blame the world, he accepts it. And then he sings anyway. You want sadness in motion? The day that never comes. It starts like a prayer, ends like a battle. There's a quiet desperation in the verses. You wait, you beg, you hope, and then, just when you think peace might come, the guitars roar to life and the patience shatters. This isn't a love song. It's a warning about how long people wait for something better that never arrives, about how pain simmers and how eventually it erupts. And then, the And Justice for All Masterpiece 1 isn't just a Metallica classic, it's a descent into hell at the hands of your own country. Inspired by the novel Johnny Got His Gun, the song tells the story of a soldier blown apart by war, left alive but trapped inside his body, blind, mute, limbless, and aware. The opening is almost gentle, luring you in with clean, somber guitar lines until the drums snap like gunfire and the solos shred the silence like bullets through bone. But beneath the riffs is a deeper horror, isolation, a mind imprisoned by patriotism gone wrong. This wasn't Metallica trying to make a statement. This was them screaming for the forgotten. And when the machine gun double kicks kick in during the outro, it's not just a musical climax. It's a man begging for death and never getting an answer. Now let's talk about pain that masquerades as duty. Disposable heroes. A soldier, a pawn, a number. This isn't sadness wrapped in poetry. It's brutality in real time. The pace, furious. The lyrics, merciless. You're not meant to enjoy it. You're meant to feel it like shrapnel. The genius here is the contrast. A song that sounds like a war machine and feels like a death sentence. It's a reminder that Metallica doesn't glorify destruction. They expose it. And for the final gut punch, my friend of misery. This isn't about James. It's about someone close. Someone who clings to sadness like it's a personality trait. Someone who refuses light because they've made darkness their home. Hetfield doesn't offer comfort. He offers a mirror. You just stood there screaming. It's almost sarcastic, cold, because sometimes the saddest truth is that people choose to suffer. And Metallica won't lie to make it feel better. So what does it all mean? These songs aren't for sympathy. They're not sad in the way pop music defines sadness. They're scars carved into riffs, regret turned into rhythm. And every time Metallica goes there, into that place where most artists flinch, they come back with something real. They've never asked for pity, only your attention. And once you give it to them, you'll never hear these songs the same way again. Which Metallica song hit you hardest? Which one caught you off guard? Drop it in the comments and tell us why. And if you want more breakdowns like this, more deep dives into the pain, power, and purpose behind the greatest metal tracks of all time, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Because Metallica doesn't make music for the broken. They make music for the ones who refuse to stay broken.